Well, I'll tell you what. We didn't get yet anyway. We have some movement to do, but we didn't get all of our Ontario. We wanted more Ontario colts. They're just tough to get. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. So the whole issue was, I wanted Carantini's brother. I liked him. I thought he might bring a little more, which I was cool with. But then I watched Muscle go for 40 Rob Fellows. Very, very good buy. I like that horse. I almost went and pulled the trigger on him too. I thought, but after looking at it, Mr. Corbet bought the horse, and he wasn't going to stop at 42. So we probably would have had to pay, who knows, $60,000, $70,000 for Muscle. And to be quite frank, I think he was worth it. Nice horse. So when I go over what we did, for a couple of quiet minutes upon reflection, I looked at what we did, and I'm like, I don't know if we did. I don't know if I made some mistakes. I don't know if we got everything we wanted. We only got the one Ontario bred, although it was one of the ones I wanted. Did we get what we needed? I know we don't have a ton of Ontario breds, but guys, here's the scoop. Okay, we're going to dinner. I don't think we need to be eating chocolates, but thank you. Children. Where are we going here, Steve? You got to tell me where we're going.
Okay, get on the highways if we're going back to my hotel.
So we turn right up here. Okay, yeah. So, did we do what we came here to do? Man, I looked through the whole catalog. Guys, I'm well aware that we have many, many, many Pennsylvania horses. We have a lot of Ohio horses. It's tough to buy horses in Ontario. It just is. And that's not a negative thing on Ontario. It's really hard to find value in Ontario. And I'm sorry if that comes off negative. It's not. Tough place to buy, right? New Jersey used to be like that a few years ago, and it is sometimes like that. Look at Walner, right? The tactical landings we found, I think we found value in them. We'll see next July if we found value in anybody. But a lot of horses purchased, a little more than I thought we would. But man, I am super pumped about what we got. We are going to have. I know Dominic was asking me about hip number 167. I told him he could have the horse if he wanted. Pick the ticket up. It's not the end of the world. A little tidbit we didn't talk much about. Hip number 167, the half brother. I talked about it on the show today. The brother sold for $610 last year. It wasn't lost on me. It wasn't oblivious to me. But another little piece of the puzzle when it came to that horse. As Mark alluded to in the show today, it was the end of the day. It was dark. It was like a dungeon in there. They were just finishing up the sale. And I think the last horse in the sale may have been, and quite frankly, I guess you have to look at the numbers. The green shoes were, relax. The green shoes were, they're pylons. What do you want me to do?
I will.
The green shoe.
Okay,
whoa. Where are we going here? Right? You have to understand, I don't know where we're going. I follow a GPS, and that is it.
Here's where you don't go.
Okay.
Directly
Table's ready. We're on our way. The green shoes, am I wrong? Was the green shoes not a little light today?
Very light.
Yeah, I think we did a good job. We came here looking for value, and I think we found it somewhat where we thought we would. We did find it with international money. I love the horses we bought. We did find it, at least so far, with green shoe. Super excited about the horses we bought there. Found a walnut that I thought was grossly underpriced. That Walner's brother by Chapter 7 last year sold for $200,000. None of this makes sense. It sounds wonderful when I'm saying it. All that matters is next July. How are they going to do next July? How are they going to race? How are they going to look? But again, the foundation of next year is being laid today. Thank you. What's progress? Okay. Father Patrick's. We knew. I think that was a foregone conclusion. There was going to be some value found there. That colt we bought on day one. Man, I love that colt. The Pacer. One of the most expensive horses we ever bought was the Pacer. Now Tim still has not claimed this horse. I don't know if he will. I don't want to put any more pressure on him. I know he wants the horse, and I want to do what's right. But at the end of the day, I told him I have one ticket left in my pocket that hasn't been assigned to a truck yet. It's that guy. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out tomorrow. What else do we got? Just running through the horses. The first horse we bought in the sale. The very first horse we bought in the sale, I thought was a fantastic purchase, and that was insider trading. Again, maybe a force left. Straight through the lights? Yeah. Oh, I think I know where we're at now. Straight through the lights and up on the hill.
Into the
Yeah, I know where we're at now. A little foreshadowing for the sale with number 2. Although, yes, I believe this horse was a slam dunk. It was a green shoe, and people were... Now, somebody asked, why did green shoe not sell stronger? They sold so strong in Lexington. The day one average was still 102, but that 1 or 2 horses sold for a lot. I have a theory on that. Even though Wallner seemingly taught everybody a lesson 2 years ago about first crop sires and about maybe taking a chance and a risk on them, that may not have been enough, right? You still would have had that old money, those people saying, I will not buy a first crop sire. Show me a proven sire, and that's the horse I'll buy. So there are those people, there is that money that will not stray towards a first crop. And then you have Jeff Garreau's rule about horses not racing, that didn't race it for not being eligible to the Houghton and the Goldsmith Maid and those types of races.
No, keep going.
Yeah, it's the next one. The kindergarten is also, honey, is one of those. Can't race in that. But that's okay. As I said to everybody, whether it's Lexington and New Jersey and dual eligible and everything else, it's so hard.
You can race in the kindergarten.
What's that?
You can race in the kindergarten.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. I didn't know that. You can race in the kindergarten. Okay. So, but this is a Pennsylvania horse anyway. Why would you race in the kindergarten unless you're going to race at the end of the year? So, whoa, Steve, where are we going here? Straight and then right?
Yeah.
Straight and then right.
That's
Okay.
what it says here.
Okay. What I'm getting at is there's tons of races for everyone. Tons and tons of races for every horse. And you don't have to worry about, oh, he's not eligible to the Houghton. She's not eligible to the Goldsmith Maid or one of those. There's still tons and tons of racing for everybody. So if you're going to give us value because we're not allowed to race in those major stake races, awesome. I should have just loaded the trailer up with green shoes. Yep, this is it right here. I should have just loaded the trailer up with green shoes. This is a quality animal. One, he was a dominant horse on the track when he behaved himself. An overlay in almost every race he raced in. Horse, just a nice horse. Just a good horse. And we're very, very happy and lucky to get them. Now, we did get Pennsylvania Heavy, but that also is indicative of what we're trying to do. We're trying to find the best horses for the smallest amount of money. I defy anybody to take a look at what we bought. Take a look at what we bought and tell me where we went wrong. The international monies did nothing but good for the stable.ca last year. So those ones that we bought today, all of them, very, very happy to have. And we did actually buy a bar hopping. I looked also. I forgot that we had buy a bar hopping. So let me run through them real quick, just for everybody, just to get a feel for what's going on. I don't know where they're going. I'll know maybe by the end of dinner what buckets are going in, how it's looking. But for now, insider trading for me, here is, and we talk about residual, I don't have to tell you about it, residual broodmare value. This is a sister to JL Cruz. You're not going to go wrong with it. And somebody said, well, what if the green shoes go out and they're no good? Oh, I suppose so. What if it snows in Texas? He got all the best mares. Him and Wallner got all the real good mares. They're going to be good horses. They look like good horses. And somebody said they broke a little bad. I think I know who told you that, because he came up and asked me the same question. It was Tim.
No.
Because he asked me, how'd they break? I said, they all broke good. I said, the one filly, little stubborn, trots nice when she's trotting, but was making breaks. I just threw the hobbles on her. She's perfectly fine now. Trots great, looks good. We'll probably just take the hobbles back off of her. The green shoes are probably going to have an immediate impact in North America, and that is because he got the best mares, and he was a great horse. Green Shoe himself, a mark of 49-4 as a 3-year-old, and I don't know how much money he made, but it was a lot. So JL Cruz's sister starts off the sale. We are in fine trim. You guys can win if you want. I'll be in 1 second.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
No problem, guys. I'll be there to pick you up at 9:15.
Don't ramble too much.
Very mean. Very, very mean.
Might want to straighten it out, too.
I think we're doing okay. Probably one of our better purchases of the sale. In fact, if Tim wanted to take, and I'll leave it open again, like I said yesterday, I don't want to go on about this. It's just the right thing to do. If Tim did take his colt, I would move number 54 into that premium post, even though he was only $77,000. It didn't have to be, oh, you have to spend this. This is a quality animal. Memory and imagination. If Father Patrick, dual eligible, Pennsylvania and Kentucky eligible colt, out of a sister to Shake It Sherry and Uncle Lassie, and yes, Brace for Landing. And that filly herself, that mare, that first mare, is a $415,000 yearling by Trixton. No joke. Again, top line pedigree, Very, very happy so far. All smiles so far. Now, I guess at 54, I wasn't all smiles because I'm second guessing myself all the hell about not buying Genevieve. Whatever voice in my head decided that I was not going to make that final bid, we'll see who was right. The voice in my head or me. But we'll see. We didn't buy that horse. But again, getting 54 kind of made the world right at that point. Now, we get all the way into 94. I had bid on a couple of horses, and I went really deep on one filly that would have put me in a stressful spot. Didn't get her, which is perfectly fine. Now, the Captain Crunch Colt, and somebody say, oh, another first crop sire. We are always going to roll the dice on first crop sires. There is always value to be found in first crop sires. You have to understand the risks going in, right? And I believe some of the older people, maybe that first crop Annihilator might have bit them all those many moons ago. So people don't want to risk it. But when you got a horse like, Captain Crunch, horse got a mark of 47-2 and won all those big races at 2, raced in all the big races at 3, was a quality animal. There's no reason to believe that this horse isn't going to be a nice horse. There's just no reason to believe it. It's so funny when you go to the restaurants here. It doesn't matter what nice restaurant you go to, people from the sale are there. This Blue Chip Farms is just walking into the Harvest restaurant we're at. And that's why people love coming to the sales also. Sale season, it's a real time for the industry to kind of come together, right? We never see these people. We never see the breeding farms. We never see the other trainers that are on the East Coast if we're in Ohio or Ontario. So the sale season is a time for everybody to come together, right? It's pretty cool. Anyway, number 94, time is on my side. Aside from all the drama that went on with this horse, as I said, I'll put it as easy as I put it to Rob this afternoon. We have bought some really, really nice pedigrees. We bought some really, really nice horses. But I'm not certain that we've bought a lot of horses where that hammer dropped and you're like, that horse might let us down, but that's supposed to be a very, very, very good horse. This is that horse. Brace for Landing? Yes, I guess Brace for Landing was supposed to fit in that category, and maybe will. Time is on my side. I can't say enough about this horse, how good he was. And aside from the fact other people are coming up and saying, that was a good purchase. Even Steve, who does not like Pacers, is fist pumping me after saying a lot of money, but man, that was a good purchase. I love this colt. Time is on my side, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with him if we keep him. But as I said, that'll be up to Tim. And I told Tim, if you wanted to get involved, if you wanted to reach out and start hustling and asking people, hey, I want to keep this horse. I have X amount of percent available of them. If you want, I'll be happy to help also. We tried to help Gerard Demers out. I'm going to help Tim out. Tim's a good friend. And at the end of the day, I want to see him do good also. So if that comes about, then that's exactly what we're going to do. But for right now, time is on my side. Is in our stable. Tickets in my back pocket. And I couldn't be happier about this horse. We had to wait 70 hips. The very last horse on day number 1, Flash Fly. We talked about this horse. Flash Fly's brother last year sold right here, a year ago today, for $610,000. We got the sister, the filly, the sister to Fashion Woodchopper for $27,000. You can go look at the video, you can look at the pictures, you can watch the horse when you want. The horse is perfectly fine. A very, very good looking filly. I can't really explain that other than to say last horse in the sale. Again, green shoe filly, they put the New Jersey Development Fund. That's not really, whatever, that's not a jurisdiction. Single jurisdiction horse, but a very, very nice horse. I couldn't be happier there. 199 was the next one to start off the day. Here is, somebody said, how does the international money brother to Anoka Hanover bring 13? He is towed out a little bit. But remember, this got to be about value also. How much is it worth to have this horse? And there's nothing, can't look at the video or look at the horse walking and say, oh my God, the horse is going to pound its knees. Absolutely not. This horse is towed out a little bit. It may never touch a knee. But international money, early in day 2, colt, and the mare. Just in case you're wondering, here's a mare, not only with a horse with just shy of 800,000 made, but 6 for 6. 6 for 6 on the front end. How many times are you going to see that? We usually look for value when they're like 2 for 6 on the front end and strong family underneath. This horse has strong family all throughout the pedigree and is 100% 6 for 6 producer. So at $13,000, Antilles Hanover, I shouldn't have to convince anybody about Antilles Hanover. Next one we bought, again, Tried my best to find our way into Ontario. Couldn't do it real easy with trotters. Found another pacer. Found another McWicked. Now, I don't know if I like McWicked as a sire. I have no idea. But he makes nice horses. This is Century Pharaoh's brother. Century Pharaoh, 1.3 million made, 22 wins, a mark of 149, timed in 147-3. This is his half brother by McWicked. Century Pharaoh Mach 3. This is a McWicked. Strong family again. Straight through. Right down in the second dam. OK Braveheart, mark of 50-3, paced 49-3, $615,000 made. Strong pedigree. We picked this horse up for $33,000. Next was a slam dunk also. For those of you who followed Austral Hanover, Crantini, Spitfire Overseas, for those of you who followed us in Pennsylvania, you might remember the name Southwind Distilled. Southwind Distilled looked great as a baby and was bought by Per Ingram's outfit after his first or second race in Pennsylvania. They brought the horse down. I beat him with Austral, but I kind of cheated. I got over the half slow and sprinted away from him. They put him in the Sire Stakes his next race, and he beat Spitfire Overseas his next race. That was this horse's brother. Now, that horse was a Father Patrick. This is a bar-hopping filly. Beautiful filly, does everything right, beautiful video, looks nice. I had her priced at $40,000. I was being conservative. She brought $28,000. Again, fitting in where we need them to fit in. This horse was a slam dunk for me. A beautiful bar-hopping filly. Next, probably the easiest purchase I maybe have made in my life. I don't know. I had Locatelli's sister, Goldbug Hanover, and I know it was a good purchase because every person and their sister and their brother is asking us for shares. Goldbug Hanover, Locatelli's sister. But that might not even be the biggest draw. Gatka Hanover is in this family. Gatka Hanover made $260,000, a mark of 53-1 by Muscle Massive. She is the mother of Gaines Hanover, who won the Breeders' Crown this year for Louis Philippe Roy. You're not going to get a much stronger family. Second dam, horse named I'm the Answer. World champion, 366 made in North America, 675 made in Europe. $1 million winner. I priced this horse easily at 90, and I would have bought her at 90. 37 we paid for this filly. Another one, not really super special, number 345, a horse I priced at $38,000. International Spy, Pennsylvania and Kentucky International Money Colt. Now you see this bloodline all throughout all the sales, a Eurobond, Lindy's True Grit, all throughout a pile of sales. There's probably 5 pedigrees the exact same in this sale. This is the brother to Same Old Different Day. 7 foals, 5 winners. Not bad. First winner was $354,000 winner in Cantab Hall. 2-year-old mark of 54-2. His name was Same Old Different Day. Mr. Lindy, 2-year-old mark of 59. A-list Lindy, 55-3 as a 2-year-old by Lucky Chucky, $105,000 made. Wonderwall Lindy, 2-year-old mark of 156-1. Maddie's Leading Man, 2-year-old mark, 2 minutes and 3/5. Miss Lindy is the only one out of this entire pedigree that never hit a mark as a 2-year-old. The only one. Eurobond, right in the bottom. 2-year-old mark of 58, 3-year-old mark of 151-3 by Love You and $520,000 made. Lindy's True Grit, 2-year-old mark, 2 minutes and 1/5 in a qualifier. 3-year-old mark of 53-3, $500,000 made by Cantab Hall. We could do this all day. At the end of the day, this was a good-looking horse, and we're very, very happy to have him. Next was 365. Now, I like the fact that sometimes the breeders know that we're coming to buy horses, and we end up building a rapport with them. I feel bad. Rob Tribble, I called him Fred, for 6 years. And I actually asked him yesterday when I finally found out his name wasn't Fred. It was Rob. I said, Rob, how long were you going to let me call you Fred? That's what I'm curious. Your name is Rob. I've called you Fred for 6 years. How many years do we have to go by before you say, hey, not for nothing, but I'm not Fred. Rob's a good guy. Runs All-American harness spreads. He sent me a message. Now, we bought number 2 off him. Thought it was a great deal. He sent me a message out of the blue and said, Anthony, I appreciate the purchase of number 2. I do have a Walner colt that I think maybe you should take a look at. The horse's name is Drebin, number 365. He's out of a horse named Miss Frank. Miss Frank is a Cadabra mare. Now, Miss Frank herself, one of our clients, had Miss Frank. The first foal out of Miss Frank was a Chapter 7, who's since taken a 3-year-old mark of 155, made $30,000, so just a racehorse. But that horse, Frank Zappa was a $200,000 Chapter 7 yearling. Strong family, very, very nice horse. If I was going to say anything, toed out a little bit. Actually looked a little more toed right front than left, but toed out a hair. As I said, $23,000 for a Walner. You are not going to be able to purchase a Walner for $23,000. They don't make such a beast. This was a gorgeous colt. Did everything right. His video looks nice. He's very athletic looking. This is the same family as Strong Yankee. I was just trying to figure out who that was. It's Curtis and Mark McCalvey. Strong Yankee, $1.4 million. Muscles Yankee Slide, $300,000. Again, we can go on and on and on. This is the third foal, right? All right. Third foal from a Cadabra mare. Both the first two raced and took marks. This is the third foal. One was a Father Patrick, one a Chapter 7. This is a Walner. Totally different line. I shouldn't say that. Zappa was a Chapter 7. Walner's by Chapter 7. That's false. But Drebin, just a very, very good-looking horse. At $23,000, maybe you can explain why that wasn't a good deal, because I can't. And then, obviously, probably one of the easier purchases we made. I told you guys Talk About Bruno. I did like Muscled a little bit more, number 418. But Talk About Bruno, we have a connection here. Macho Martini, Crantini. These are horses we had, horses we like, horses we've done well with. Very, very happy with this family. I can tell you what, for those of you who want to buy in, Talk About Bruno, I'm going to talk about Bruno right now. Bruno's going to be a gelding come Friday morning. And he was throwing himself in the back ring. I said, oh, look at this now. He's just like Crantini. He's going to throw himself in the ring. No problem. You can throw yourself in the ring, but you're going to be castrated on Friday. All that stuff we let Crantini away with, it all ends now. Bruno's not getting an inch. He's going to be on a tight leash from now to next June or July. This is an alarm detector, good-looking colt out of Peach Martini, makes him a brother to Macho Martini and Crantini. And that bullshit that they were getting away with, throwing their heads and leaping and going on, that's not going to happen with old Bruno. Let me tell you something about Bruno. Bruno's going to do his work right from day one to qualifying day, and that's what Bruno's going to do. So, very happy to get Bruno, although we've only got one trotting colt, and we're kind of tapped out for money, to be honest. I am going to be able, Steve did buy a horse. He's going to move outside the bucket. We're going to work on that probably tonight at dinner. Dominic might take number 167, which I'd be okay with. If I could trade that horse at 27 for a Ontario bred trotting colt tomorrow, I think I'd be okay with that. Now that I get to look at the landscape, now that I get to look at the entire look of the field, yeah. But man, oh man, how could you possibly be unhappy with what we've done in Harrisburg? I didn't know when I finished looking at I said, okay, I think we're pretty well tapped out. And I looked at the list. I'm like, did I do a good job? Man, insider trading, memory and imagination. Time is on my side. Probably one of the most exciting horses I've ever purchased in my life. Aside now, also King of the North. That's different. That's a trotting filly. This is a pacing colt. You guys said, somebody. Absolutely, over the last 2-3 years, somebody said, you guys don't do very well with pacers, do you? Don't really do a whole lot with the pacers. All right, we'll see what we do with pacers this year. You can train a good trotter, you can train a pacer. And I'm going to tell you something. Time is on my side. One of the best pedigrees, one of the nicest horses we've ever purchased in my entire life. So, there. Insider trading, memories and imagination. Time is on our side. Flash Fly, Antilles Hanover, the Anoka Hanover colt. J-Port Beach Boy. That is Century Pharaoh's brother by McWicked. Southwind Digit, good filler. Really, really happy with Southwind Digit. This is Southwind Distilled's half brother. Very happy with that horse. Goldbug Hanover. Goldbug Hanover. Well, I don't even know how to say a word. Locatelli's brother. Gaines's Hanover's aunt. This is a filly. Please. Slam dunk. International Spy. Very happy with this horse. Fits perfect. Drebin. Again, value, price. Drebin, I love. And don't talk about Bruno. I was starting to worry we weren't going to get one of our top picks for the sale for Ontario. We got it. We got our horse. This is Crantini's brother. We'll be back tomorrow, see if we can put one more horse in that bag, but I have to move some stuff around first, and I'll get to doing that. So with that, I'm going to go eat, if you don't mind. We're here at Harvest. Something. Can't see the sign. In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We've had a fantastic sale. We delivered, I believe, right now anyway, we'll revisit this in July. I believe we delivered exactly what we came here to do, actually plus a little bit more. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I hope you had a great day following along and watching us. I did. Take care. We'll talk to you all very soon.